Didn't mean for that to happen, but I ended up getting a very good partner, a very experienced partner, and we had some really good results and won a fair few tournaments, and then I became number one in the world. It was all kind of not really planned to be a really good doubles player, and then now I've been able to, I guess, move that success into singles.
So you would say that your doubles career really helped your singles career?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely helped, and got to play some really big matches and finals and Grand Slams on big centre courts and lots of pressure and whatnot, and I think that has definitely helped them when I've gone into playing singles matches in those situations. I've already done it in doubles, and obviously doubles you've got someone else helping you through it as well, which is nice.
So if anyone out there has a question, please raise your hand, and we can ask her a few little things. Any questions out there? And over here we have a question. Can you let me know what your name is and where you're from?
What's your question? How old are you when you started playing?
I was 8 years old when I started, so almost 20 years of my life.
But you're only 18, aren't you? My math ain't very good. I'm from Quebec, what can I say? Anyone else has a question? Madam over here. What is your name, ma'am?
From Los Angeles. Came for the tournament. I have a question about doubles. I see a lot of the doubles teams that are together a long time, then they leave and they go with someone else. Is it usually a professional decision or more of a personal decision with conflict?
That's getting pretty personal.
I think that is probably a case-by-case situation. I think when I stopped playing with Lisa, it was because I wanted to start playing singles a lot more and really focus on that. So I didn't want to play with a doubles-only player who obviously that's what she comes to the tournaments for, and that was kind of an extra for me. So that's why I stopped playing with Lisa. But I think, yeah, sometimes it's a personal thing and you don't get along so well anymore and you kind of split up. So I think to have a really good team, you've got to like your partner and get along together. So I guess it's like anything, you have an argument with someone and you don't want to play with them anymore. If you're doing well, I think you should try and patch it up.
No cat fights, no. Well, obviously, the athletes on the tour are becoming a lot more professional in the sense of their physical development, their nutrition, their therapeutic, post-match training, and you obviously are very fit. Do you have any inclination towards new diets that are out there, like the gluten-free diet, which I hear Novak is on?
Well, I guess diet is important, but you've got to find what works for you, and I guess if that's what's worked for him, if that's the secret formula now why he's only lost one match a year, then everyone should get on it, but I think it all depends, and I think actually to be gluten-free playing tennis around the world would be something really difficult to have to stick to, so just because obviously you've got to eat out a lot and you get whatever's in the player restaurant to eat, so I hope I never become like that because I find it really difficult.
So do we have any fans that would like to ask a question? There's someone over, young lady, what's your name? Very good. We are only doing Q&A sessions, unfortunately, but she'll do a special favor. Alright. Do we have any real questions? There we go. Ma'am, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Carol from Toronto. I want to ask Sam if you have the matches. Many players think you have the bottle on one side or you have a prep what you want to do. Before a match or during the match, what are yours?
Well, I try not to get too caught up in all the superstition things, but simply because 2009 when I made the semis of the French Open, I wore the same hat, dress, socks, everything, every match, and had to wash it out every night, I straighten my hair every night, and by the end of that I was totally over it. So I vowed from that match not to kind of get caught up into it. But yeah, I've gone to the same restaurant every night before I played, eat the same thing, and it's really boring. So I tried not to set anything up at the start of the week, but I have to finish it by the end.
Very good. As a youngster, what who was your inspiration in playing tennis? Or who do you really look up to?
Steffi Graf and Monica Seles were my two favourite players when I was little.
Why them?
They were the best, I guess, and I always saw them on TV, and yeah, they obviously won lots of tournaments, were the best in the world, and growing up, that's what I wanted to try and be. So I think they were two pretty good role models.
All right, is there any questions out there? Yes, gentleman over here. Sir, what's your name?
My name is Rob. One of the interesting things about the match you played this morning is there was no extraneous noise coming from the player. How distracting is it as a player, the shrieking that's on the players?
Can you give us an example, sir, of the shrieking that we're talking about?
There are too many examples. To be honest.
He's a little shy, I think.
To be honest, when I'm playing against those players who make a lot of noise, I don't notice it so much when I'm playing them, but definitely watching in the stands or on TV, it drives me as mad as all you guys. So, but yeah, like I think when you're playing, you kind of block it out, and you're obviously concentrating on what you've got to do and when you've got to hit the ball and whatnot. So I guess it's one of those things at the moment.
What will be your daily routine when you're not at a tour event?
Well, if it's during the training period, then depending on the week and whether it's pre-season or just in between tournaments. So last week I was in Tampa training with my coach, and we hit twice a day every second day, and on every second day we hit once a day, and then I go and do a gym workout or something else on top of that. So it's kind of pretty boring. You just train and eat and sleep, and that's about it. And then during pre-season I do a similar thing. The first 2 weeks I only do fitness work, so twice a day, and then the last 2 weeks of the pre-season I obviously do a lot more tennis practice, and then practice matches, and then you've got a lot more time to hang out and do some stuff as well. Pre-season, so that's the real opportunity you get to see friends and do other things away from all your tennis and training.
Do you have any more questions? The lady over here. Your name, ma'am, and your question.
Hi, my name is Judith, and I'm in Toronto. Just wondering, how do you keep yourself positive mentally when you're in a slump? My daughter plays some elite sports, and she really gets down on herself. How did you figure that out for yourself as a professional athlete?
Well, it's not always easy. I think sometimes when you're playing, it's easier than other matches, and to be honest, I think the 3 matches I've played here, the best match mentally I've had was today. So I think you can have ups and downs to that side of your game, just like when you don't hit your forehand as well. One day compared to the next, and then I guess you've got to really work out what works for you and how excited you need to be, how calm you need to be, and find that level playing field every time you go on the court. And I guess I'm still trying to totally work it out, and I've got my coach and a sports psychologist that I work with to try and really get the most out of myself every single time and make that just consistent as my forehand, my backhand, my serve, and everything else.
On average, do you travel all the time with your coach, your therapists, and your trainers?
Yeah, my coach comes with me pretty much every single week, so we see each other probably more than anyone else in our lives, so we always try and get along well together, and I obviously trust what he tells me about my tennis, so I think that's the most important thing. And I've got a pretty small group of people around me that travel every now and then. My parents come to the odd tournament, but other than that, it's my coach and trainer and me, and that's it.
Any questions? We have time for probably 2 more questions. Gentleman over here.
Hi, I'm Tony, and I was just wondering what is going through your mind when it's match point. There's 1 match point, 4 match points. What's your mentality? How do you keep yourself calm?
In that situation, sometimes it's a lot calmer in different matches than others. remember playing Serena Williams in the Sydney tournament a few years ago, and it was the first round, and I was really winning, you know, I was a fair way ahead, and then got to match point, and I stood up to the line to serve, and I was shaking, I could feel my hand shaking, and I didn't actually want to play the point, I just wanted to hit a serve ace and then for it to be over, and it turns out I didn't do that, and I lost the match after having 4 match points. So from that point, I tried to play every match point just as every other point, and you know, not try and pop out with just hitting a big serve, and that's the way you win. So play it like the one before, and yeah, try and stay calm. Obviously, certain matches it's a lot harder to do that, but at the end of the day, you've got to try and get back to that point each time.
So our friend Avery here has a question. What's your question, Avery?
Who's your boyfriend?
And if you don't have one, he's available.
I don't have one, so can't really answer that question any better than that.
We'll take one last question. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Darlene. Any words of wisdom to all the fans around to be where you are right now?
Well, I guess to all my fans here and everywhere, just thank you for supporting me, and yeah, always come out and watch me play, say hi, and yeah, it just makes it fun to be playing when everyone comes out. So thank you very much.
So this concludes our Cisco Player Show. I want to thank you for coming out. I also want to put a big round and big hand of applause and wishing Samantha great success. Maybe we'll see her on center court on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Stosur from Australia.